Hello class. So today's topic is the addressing modes of PIC18 microcontroller. So the today learning outcome of this session will be, till the end of the session we'll be able to understand the different addressing modes of PIC18, which will be further helpful for you all to write programs which we'll be dealing with in the coming lectures. So let's start with the first addressing mode, that is an immediate addressing mode. So as we all have gone through the 8051 microcontroller programming, so there also we have seen immediate addressing mode. So immediate addressing mode means you are providing the data directly into the instruction itself. But see here, there will be a slight variation in the instruction. Here we'll be using a literal word which denotes that the value or the data which has to be moved at a particular location is directly provided into the instruction. So here we'll be using a word L, which stands for the literal value. And see, in PIC18 microcontroller, whichever data has to be moved onto a particular memory location, that always has to be moved through a working register, that's with the W. So as you can see in the examples, there is a command move LW50H. So here 50H is your data which you want to move, and W stands for the working register and L stands for the literal. So whenever you have a L in your instruction, it denotes that we are following the immediate addressing mode. So the instruction comes out to be move LW50 hex. So 50 hex value has to be moved into the working register. And why it is showing that 50 hex is a value, not an address? How? In case of 8051, you had that difference is being shown by using the hash or at. Hash denotes that it is a value and at denotes that it is an address. But in case of PIC18, the letter L denotes that it is not an address, it's a value. It's a data which has to be moved into the working register. It is denoted by W. So W is your working register. So the immediate addressing mode is used to load the data into PIC registers and working registers. So there I have given you an examples of moving a data into the working register. Then you have AND. So AND is a logical AND operation with the contents of the working register and 40 hex value. Similarly, you have IOR, so performing a logical IOR with the value 60H and the content of working register. The next is your direct addressing mode. So similar to your 8051 microcontroller, direct addressing mode here also denotes that the address of the location is directly provided into your instruction. So that direct addressing mode can be the address of the register or it can be the name of the register. So see here example, first is your move WF. So here you have WF, you don't have L. L stands for the literal value. But when it comes F, it's a file register. So that movement is from working register to file register. So when you have instruction move WF, so it's you're moving a content from working register to the file register. And what is the address of that file register? That address is provided in the instruction itself. So 0x10 is the address of the file register where you have to move the contents of the working register. Similarly, if we go with the next, so next instruction denotes the movement of the content in the register itself. So you have two registers, namely port B and port C. So here instead of providing the address, we are providing the name of those registers. So you have a command move FF. So move FF stands for the movement of data from one file register to the other file register. So you have move FF port B to port C. Okay, so that way. So next is your move FF 0x30 to port C. So here you are providing address of one of the register and second name of the register. So you can move content from the memory location 0x30 to the port C. So remember, when you're moving content between working register and file register, so you can have move WF command. But when you have to move data from file register to file register, so you have to use move FF. So that is your direct addressing mode. Direct addressing mode means you are providing the address of the register in the instruction itself. Next is your register addressing mode. So in case of register addressing mode, we are using the file select registers that are available for your PIC18 microcontroller. So in a PIC microcontroller, you have typically 3 file select register, that is FSR0, FSR1 and FSR2. FSR stands for file select register. So you have that way 3 file selector registers where you can select the register. So you have, for that you have command LFSR, which stands for load FSR. So you can load any of the registers of that file select register using load command, that is LFSR. Or you can have an indirect movement into that register. So for that you have a command INDF. Okay, that register, indirect file register, that is INDF2. Or you can have any INDF1 or INDF0. That way, whichever file select register you are using, we can have that way, INDF0 or INDF1 or INDF2. So that way, so second example indicates that movement is from W to F, that is working register to file register. So register addressing mode means you are providing directly the address of that particular register or the name of that particular register. So that is your register addressing mode, but typically it is applicable only to the file selector registers, that is FSR. So you can identify that by providing the address, as in case of first example, that is LFSR1 0x55, or second way you can provide, or you can provide the indirect way of addressing, that is through the indirect register of FSR2, that is INDF2. Okay, and that way you can do it. Last one is your index ROM addressing mode. This is a special addressing mode which is used typically for accessing the data from the lookup table that reside in the PIC18 program ROM. So you have the data stored at other location in the tabular form or in the lookup table, so you can retrieve that data. So in that case we go with the index ROM addressing mode. This we already have followed with the 8051. Same addressing mode will be followed in case of the PIC18 microcontroller. So that syntax is also same. Move C stands for moving the data from the code memory. Move X stands for moving the data external to the memory. So that way. So see, the addressing modes are similar in case of 8051 and PIC18. What changes are there is only with the instruction set. How we are calling the data, how we are moving the data from the source register to the destination register, that there is a slight difference in the instructions. So that only we have to follow. So just we'll have a quick revision. What were the addressing modes in PIC18 microcontroller? First one is your immediate addressing mode. So here the letter L distinguish or defines whether the instruction is whether the data provided in the instruction is an data or whether it is an address. So that L letter in the instruction denote that it is an immediate addressing mode. Then you have direct addressing mode. So since see here you don't have any L letter. L letter stands for the literal value. So here we don't have L. So that means the value that is provided in the instruction, that is 0x10, is not an data, it's an address. Address of what? File register. Then you have register addressing mode. So here you are providing directly the address of that register, or you are calling that address, calling that register indirectly. So that is your register addressing mode. It is limited to your FSR. FSRs, that is file select register. And the last one is your indexed ROM addressing mode, which is used for accessing data from the lookup tables. Okay, so that's all for the today's session. In the next session, we'll proceed with the programming using these addressing modes. So I hope it is clear. Thank you.